As promised, thank you, Hugh. As promised, I have the book.
Yes.
At some point during this video, I will read from it, and it'll be great.
Yeah. So, because that we killed Prometheus, we got the Rage of the Titans, excuse me, not the fuel of it. It works almost exactly like the Rage of the Gods, except that it's way better because, one, you can deactivate it at any fucking time.
Because that we killed Prometheus.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. What don't you get?
And then, another reason why it's way fucking better is because you can activate it at any time. The meter does not have to be full.
Yeah, this is a mechanic I'm used to in games, and I'm really disappointed when it does not work that way in pretty much every other game.
Yeah, like God of War 1 was really weird because it required your gauge to be full, and then it ran out whether you were done with it or not, and I really like this improvement. It's way better than having to waste a whole thing because you didn't. Whoops.
Oh no, God of War 1 wasn't weird. That's how the fucking gauges work in most other games.
Yeah.
I'm happy that the Screaming Monster Walls are back, personally.
Yeah, Screaming Monster Walls are the best minor character in this game.
It's been a long time since I played this game, so I don't remember what happened.
I knew that guy back in high school.
Anytime that we're about to hit a long, boring fight sequence, just let me know.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, there's one starting from minute 0 into minute 28.
Getting on this chain's hard. There we go.
You must be one with the chain.
You must fuse directly into the chain in order to climb up it.
It's really hard to grab because it's just a flat texture.
Look at his thighs clipping into it. I mean, I assume you'd be looking at his thighs anyway, but...
Why wouldn't you want to look at his thighs? Anyway, rope fighting's back. It works exactly the same as last time.
Way?
The other two are just patiently waiting their turns. Like,
yeah,
alright.
No, like, maybe Steve will get him.
This is what CrossFit in Greek is. You just get the shit beat out of you by Kratos.
Oh, that's right. There is one improvement they made to rope climbing, and it's that you can push the X button to shimmy across a rope more quickly. As opposed to in God of War 1, where if you tried pushing X to shimmy across it quickly, you would just jump off and probably die because all chains were over a bottomless pit.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but you should mention the yellow crates.
Oh, the yellow crates give you Rage of the Titan meter. They don't pop up too often, but... Yeah, you sort of need Rage of the Titans in order to get past that door,
it's
so...
normally in situations where you need it, they will give you some
basically,
orbs.
it's like, hey, you're about to fight a bunch of shit.
Or a door, either or.
Yeah. Those doors, man, they're really huge, huge hassles.
Well, you've seen how much effort it is for Kratos to lift a door.
Yeah.
Man, those things are made out of solid stone. Being a doorman in ancient Greek was like the most badass thing you could be. Oh, what do you do for a living? I'm a doorman. Holy shit!
Really? God.
Can you come to my kid's birthday party? He's V.
Yeah, sort of went downhill every time the Hardys came around. Wrestling reference, but for only Heath. Yep.
I laugh because Hardee's is funny. Have you seen their commercials? If you don't live in America and don't know what Hardee's is, go look up the commercials because every stereotype about America is expressed in those commercials. It's amazing.
I think it's Carl's Jr. up here.
It's Carl's Jr. in the Canada. And
I moved here from Canada, and they think I'm slow, eh?
Going down to the Tim Hortons there, right next to the Carl Jr.'s, eh?
Get some bag milk.
Ooh, yeah, get a double-double when you're stopping off for my bag milk, eh?
Ooh, don't forget your bear spray, though.
Ooh, yeah, there.
Well, bear is a real big problem up here.
They actually are.
Fuck you, bear!
Yeah, we eat them occasionally around here. Just black bears, though. Black bears are little wusses. Unless you get between a mother and her cub, and then in which case you are food.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Black bears mainly eat, like, berries and shit.
Okay, so my favorite story is when I was like 11 or 10, and my parents, the Smoky Mountains, the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, is about an hour drive from us. And so we go there every couple of years and just, go on a little camping. One year, there's this dude who I have no idea how he is still alive. But what he did is he had he's like the stereotypical tourist-looking dude, and he had this camera just at his face the entire time, and there's a bear cub. He somehow found the bear cub, and he's just getting right up to it and taking photos of it, and we're just like, dude, get the fuck out of here, what are you doing? And the mother bear shows up. And about this time, this dude finally decides to turn around, and I have never... Okay, have you ever heard a dude shit his pants while running? Because it's the funniest fucking noise you will ever hear. It's like, squish, 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 squish. It was the best thing I've ever seen. That's my story for the LP.
No, you'll be telling plenty more by the time it's God of War, guy. Come on.
Yeah, no.
Kratos, behold the island of creation, home to the Sisters of Fate. Here, the path to your true destiny begins. The island is fraught with danger. It was created to prevent all from reaching the three Sisters of Fate. The power of the Sisters will allow you to return to that moment when Zeus betrayed and killed you, Kratos, thus changing your fate and the fate of others.
Alright, so because this is another flying segment, and those are fun to play but not so fun to watch, we're gonna listen to Julia talk about the actual history of 300.
Depicted in the comic and movie 300, the current understanding of the Battle of Thermopylae by the public is that the narrow pass of Thermopylae was held by 300 Spartan warriors, led by King Leonidas, against a gigantic Persian army under Xerxes I. The actual truth of the matter is that 300 Spartans were but a small part of an army made up of several different Greek city-states. In fact, the Spartan army was the smallest unit within this Greek army, with 700 Thespians and 400 Thebians also participating in the battle. All told, something like 7,000 men from different city-states were part of the army. The Persian numbers were also greatly exaggerated. Ancient sources claim that it was made up of more than 1 million men, but modern scholars believe the real number lay somewhere between 100,000 and 150,000. Also, unlike the movie or comic, the Battle of Thermopylae was actually part of a bigger Greek strategy. The Athenian politician and admiral Themistocles was leading a joint Greek navy at Artemisium. The plan was to use both the natural choke points of Thermopylae and Artemisium to bottle the Persian forces and stop their advance into Greece proper. At the time, Xerxes I was a relatively new ruler and the son of a usurper. It was hoped that tensions at home would force his armies to withdraw if they couldn't make significant gains against the Greeks. Furthermore, the Persian army didn't exactly have the easiest supply line, and with such a large army, it would only be a matter of time before they started starving themselves to death. This strategy might have worked if a traitor by the name of Ephialtes had shown the Persian army a small path that led behind the Greek line. Leonidas knew his line had been compromised and organized a retreat for all the other Greek soldiers, while he and his Spartans held the line. Thanks to their rather vigorous training from birth, they were able to hold long enough for the other Greeks to retreat, but it cost them their lives. Upon hearing of the defeat at Thermopylae, Themistocles ordered the Greek fleet to withdraw to Salamis, setting the stage for a battle. Thanks to some clever strategy on Themistocles' part, the much larger Persian fleet sailed into the narrow straits of Salamis, where their larger force was actually a hindrance. Their large numbers made it hard for them to maneuver in the tight space of the strait, and the much smaller Greek navy was able to defeat them. Disgraced, Xerxes I tasked one of his generals to finish the invasion of Greece while he returned home. Unfortunately, the Persians never recovered from the loss of their navy, and thus their only way to ship supplies from Asia Minor into Greece, and would formally give up the fight about a year later, following their defeats at Plataea and Mycale.
Thanks, Julia. Anyway, we're murdering a bunch of dudes on a griffin.
This is why you wear a saddle, asshole.
I do like his fur chaps, though.
And then this
it's
asshole
this
shows
asshole
back up.
again.
Yeah.
It's
This
not
time
the
you
asshole.
actually get to fight him.
Or swing ineffectually at him, like, nah, go away, nah.
Good fight.
Oh, you must fight him earlier, but what? No, oh no,
Oh.
here we go. This is the actual fight. Yep, he shows up, he taunts you, and then... I mean, he fights like all the other dudes, so he just has like way more health, and he's a little more aggressive.
Can't actually tell what that mount of his is supposed to be.
It's
I
hippo.
think it's
Griffin.
It's got
No,
a
it might be a
scorpion
mantic-
tail.
It's a manticore.
Really?
Yeah, it has
Maybe.
no, it's a manticore. No, because it has a beak.
Huh.
Manticores have like lion heads, and the manticores also show up later in the series. So, and by later I mean earlier because prequels.
They feel like chicken things. They don't actually like fly.
That's cockatrice.
Oh, fucking mythology, piss off.
You know, a cockatrice is a chicken that was born under a snake, and a basilisk is a snake that was born under a chicken.
Mythology is awful.
Yeah. So, what is this thing? It's pretty.
Also, God, people in the past were dumb. You know what could cure all this bleeding? More bleeding.
Now, that's another thing, is like, since we're on the sort of on the subject, the Romans were dumbasses, and they explicitly knew that lead was really toxic, and they're like, it's cheap, whatever.
Yeah.
And I say that as we put enormous amounts of toxic chemicals into our atmosphere every day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that QuickTime event is not over. You have one more button press, and if you don't press it here, you just fucking instantly die because Kratos just falls straight to his death like an idiot.
Do not miss these sort of things. I really don't. It's like, no, you don't get to enjoy a cutscene. Nah, you get to do stuff now.
Still going on.
The only game I can forgive for that is Resident Evil 4, because that was such a good game.
It's less prevalent these days, but yes.
Don't you talk about
I'd still-
Shenmue like it's a thing of the past.
What was that one game? I don't even remember the fucking name of it, but it had like ninjas in the modern setting, and it wasn't Ninja Gaiden, but it was trying really hard to
Shinobi
be.
or whatever.
No, it came out on the 360, and there was a demo, and one of the boss fights was literally just QuickTime events.
That sounds like Shinobi still.
I don't think it was. Like I said, it was really awful, and it was like really, really trying hard to be Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that describes a lot of games.
Yeah.
Especially on the Xbox. Yes, the Xbox Slam.
Anyway, these guys are the basic dudes from earlier, except you have to damage them before you can grab them. If you try grabbing them any earlier, they will just push you away.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's just unnecessary, Kratos.
You know what? I'm just gonna read. All right,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
the first half chapter of this book is Kratos, of course, having a nightmare about his family, and the second half is like Athena telling Kratos, "Hey, maybe don't invade cities," and Kratos going, "Fuck off, bitch." And so we're gonna start at chapter 3, which is Kratos falling onto roads. At rigid attention, Kratos fell forward. His arms pulled into his sides, and he plunged headfirst towards the distant battle. The sounds of metal, flesh, and stone colliding set his pulse pounding. The smell of blood and the stench of death filled his nostrils as surely as he felt the bite of wind ripping past his face across his shaved head. He had missed the tumult of the battle. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've never actually heard that
shaved
pronounced.
head?
Shaved
I thought
head,
he was
yeah.
bald
Quiet,
because
you.
of his curse.
Nope, shut up. Stop thinking.
Of the battle wall on Olympus, even as he guided his stalwart Spartans against one army after another, despite the gods who had shunned him. The ground rushed up, but Kratos had a chance to survey the fight. A smile of satisfaction pulled back his lips into what others might consider a sneer. This is really awful. His warriors fought well and drove the soldiers of Rhodes into an ever-tightening circle. making them fight back to back, surrounded by swords and eventual Spartan-delivered death. With a deft twist, Kratos brought his feet under himself, letting his massive size demolish the roof of a palace. He recovered and stood to his full 100-foot height. Okay, we have a reference for that now, looking around. Carnage everywhere bespoke a victory that gladdened him. The bay was filled with ships sporting the orange and yellow stripes of the Spartan navy. Although unneeded, reinforcements were landing every few minutes. The ships disgorged
Why
troops.
were they? If they were unneeded, they shouldn't be
Because
landing.
this
That's
is
why they're
badly
called
written, alright?
reinforcements.
The governor lady said, "Send in more trains."
The ships disgorged troops, but these fresh warriors would be disappointed. Their brothers-in-arms had almost crushed Rhodes. His gaze lifted from the ships to the immense bronze statue of Helios straddling the entrance to the harbor. Kratos would pull it down when the last of the Rhodes soldiers had died on a Spartan blade. It would be a fitting symbol of the utter defeat of the city.
Okay, so we've got a kind of fucked up puzzle here because there's a down below there's a switch that is pressure activated, and there's another switch that you have to pull. So you obviously can't do both at once. So there's a guy who's hanging here, and well, we just gotta carry his lifeless body down there, and use him to activate the pressure point because Kratos has no respect for the dead.
No, fuck them. They're dead. They don't care.
Yeah.
Using an already dead body as dead weight is one of the least bad things Kratos has done.
I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty
true.
much.
But yep, so you gotta pull this switch, and the pressure plate one door closes much faster, and of course it's the closer one, so... And... yeah, there we go.
Looks like you just go right through that big hole in the middle.
You must find a way across to the island, Kratos. For there lies your path to the Sisters of Fate.
Why do you aid me, Gaia?
Zeus must be stopped, Kratos. The story of revenge has been told before. You know of the mighty Titan Kronos. So fearful was Kronos of the Oracle's prediction that his own children would rise against him, that he decided to imprison them all in his belly. Rhea stood by and watched as her children were devoured one by one. But when the time came for the last of her children to be eaten, she was unable to bear another such loss, and devised a trick to save the baby Zeus. Rhea commanded the eagle to secret her son away. He was taken to an island far beyond the watchful eyes of Kronos. It was I who cared for him. It was I who kept him safe. I nurtured his desire to free his brothers and sisters from Kronos. But my foolish act of compassion would haunt the Titans forever. For in sparing Zeus, we allowed him to return to us with vengeance in his heart. He betrayed all of the Titans for the sins of just one. The sins of his father, Kronos.
Hey,
so.
look at that! We've got enough Gorgon eyes. Yeah. I'm actually following a guide for this game, so I'll actually be getting maximum health. I think the earliest that you can probably get it, unless of course I missed something for some reason. But
Some
All right,
reason.
kids, you play nice with Kratos.
Anyway, we got a new enemy type. This is the Cerberus. It's Spot.
That is hardcore. Kicking its children into it.
Come here, you little shit.
Yep. So, Cerberus acts way different from before. First off, you periodically get the option to rip its heads off.
No, that was my favorite one.
Next, it does not spawn baby Cerberus, who then in turn turn into full-grown Cerberus because fuck Cerberus in God of War 1.
Cerberi, thank you.
Whatever.
Not
Who
necessarily.
cares?
That's- Whatever. Fuck it.
Also, I don't think this one spits fire at you, but I could be
It
mistaken.
literally did it 5 seconds ago.
Okay, well then.
And so yeah, he did mention this, but yeah, Cerberus is just Greek for spotted. Hades named his dog Spot.
Yep, it comes from like a precursor language to Latin, where it's like the name was Carabos, and Carabos in that
Kerberos.
language means spotted. So yeah, Hades named his dog Spot, and that's great.
Alright, Kerberos is a pretty awesome name in English, so.
Yeah. I think the little dogs spawn endlessly as long as the Cerberus in this area is alive, but
Like
I could be mistaken.
Like Greek Bob Barker, remember to say spay and or neuter your Carabos. And or neuter.
Or neuter.
I don't know, it's about 3 heads up there. Who knows what's going on downstairs?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, there's a lot of shit going on in Greek mythology. It could happen.
I mean, where do you think the hermaphrodite came from?
Oh boy.
Eh.
Good conversation. Rate 5, subscribed.
Bad dogs.
Kick a dog into another dog.
Juggle your dog. It's like an infographic, like how to correctly play with your dog, and there's like a dude just petting it and throwing a ball, and then you have Kratos juggling it with knives.
Good idea, bad idea.
Goofus and psychopath.
No, it was great how to care for baby infographics back from like the 2000s.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, that's what I want.
Yes. Please, somebody, anybody
How to show your
making-
family you love them.
God damn it, Gary.
So I'm going to talk about why ceiling and wall combat kind of sucks, because you never get any enemy variety. All it is these
hang on.
fuckers
I want to
right
know.
here.
I want to know. Where the fuck is the light source that's putting the shadows directly on the ceiling?
Oh my god!
Ancient Greek spotlights.
The
Maybe-
fuck is happening?
Maybe it's the light reflecting off of the water. That's the only possible
Extremely
explanation I can
polished
think.
marble floors.
Anyway, this fight's kind of annoying because you got archers on one side and dogs on the other, so I found that the best way is to try and keep this pillar between the two groups, but that doesn't always work because Kratos likes to move around when he's cutting things up, so...
I don't have to kill your rabid dog or being shot by archers as some sort of country song.
You're missing a truck,
Yeah, also
but
your truck
probably.
divorced you, your wife broke down.
Irma! Spock bit the dog. Where are my blades of chaos?
Yes, also draw Kratos when he steps in and with guitar.
Old Yeller was a much different film
In
than
flannel.
Grease.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the first Like, the first part of it was completely normal, and at the last 15 minutes is just him just getting out the Blades of Chaos and juggling Yeller for like 15 minutes. And then credits. It's really weird.
So... Oh, fuck, I forget what I was even gonna say. Shit.
Yeah, whatever, it's a fight.
Yeah.
You want me to read again?
I'm just
I mean,
chilling.
you can't read every time there's a fight that pops up, because then if we do, we will end up reading the entire book by, like, episode 7.
No, this is like, hold on, let me check here. Let's see, 352 pages.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
not
but
long.
maybe we might get through half the book by episode 7 if you do
Which
that.
is 351 too many pages.
Yeah.
Kratos angry. Kratos smash. The end.
Kratos betrayed. Kratos kill man who betray him. Kratos still unhappy.
I like the fact
Kratos
that
cries
all
about
the
family.
themes that, like, revenge is not
There's a tit.
Yep, there's a tit. I like the fact that the themes that God of War 1 had, where, like, revenge isn't that great a thing, and you probably shouldn't seek it because you end up, like, paying way more than what it's worth, is just completely undone in between games.
Yeah, woo, revenge! Can't see by the
Yep.
giant foam finger with revenge written on it.
Anyway, we got Sirens. They act pretty much exactly the same they did in God of War 1. A lot of enemies act pretty much the same as in God of War 1, but that's because this game is basically God of War 1 if God of War 1 was way better designed.
Yeah, good for you. You describe a sequel.
I love you this much.
Some of the enemy types in God of War 3 act a little differently than the first two games, but that's because it's also like power of the PS3 and whatnot.
Power of the... Oh, you
that's
actually
some-
said that.
I said it ironically, okay?
Yeah, sure.
I did.
I can't see exactly how you're killing them because the camera keeps pulling away, but I'm pretty sure you're pushing their head into their neck like a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
No, unfortunately not. You're bending them back by, like, so that their
pezzing them?
back snaps. Yep. You're pezzing them.
Kratos just really would like some candy.
This
He's
is
had a
sneaky-
bad day.
This is a sneaky secret. I never
Yeah, this one's
even knew
rude.
that this secret... I never knew that this even existed until I read the strategy guide.
You guys need to oil your gears there. You're getting a lot of friction.
No, just
I
like...
hope there is nothing flammable in there, or I am going to find you so hard.
You know what's fun? I had a toy circular saw which constantly shot sparks for some reason.
The steeds of time. A gift from the great
I don't know, like
Titan
sparks were a really
Kronos,
cool thing
was
for toys to have in the
unsuccessful
90s.
to gain the favor of the Sisters of Fate and change the destiny.
We're not sure why he
of
chose to realistically model each horse's anus, though.
So, guys, next time we're going to kill a Greek hero.
Oh,
Gasp! Shock horror.
cool.
I know.
Let
We've
me,
only been building up to it for like 4 episodes, so...
let me tell you about my Skyrim mod to add realistic horse genitalia. You can find it on Leather Slab.
Anyway, see you guys next time.